When Marvel started with Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., they made a statement, boom, we care about the acting, we care about the characters, we're gonna take you on that journey with them and really let them roll.
I was saying, dude, where's my franchise? I had a feeling that given the opportunity, I could at least do as well as all the other schmucks, and here we are.
Robert, he's kind of like the leader of the band. He's the guy who just wants to take things in hand and make everybody comfortable, bring in the new guys, you know, bring it all together and sort of be at the center of it. And he does it beautifully.
He started it all. He's kind of the godfather of the Avengers in a sense, you know.
He was the first person I called when they offered it to me. I knew in his presence I'd be in really good hands.
I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into a giant green rage monster.
I remember watching Iron Man, and I was doing a television job in Sweden, and I absolutely loved it. And cut to 3 years later, and I'm in a scene with Iron Man. I'm a huge tennis fan, and kept saying it's like playing tennis with Roger Federer, in that he makes you look good.
All right, everybody go home.
Chris Hemsworth walks in the room like Thor, because he's 9 feet tall, and he's gorgeous, and he's like, I'm Thor, I'm Australian, everything is good.
No one told me it wasn't a fancy dress. This is embarrassing.
I'd seen the film Thor, but I had never seen him in person with the whole shebang, and, you know, you're just like, damn, it's God of Thunder. And you see that, and you're like, man, now this is really cool. Now this outfit I'm wearing actually fits.
There's such a freedom that we have because we had this experience together, and not just of being in the film, but of kind of seeing the film into the world. And, you know, it was the first, really the hugest thing that we'd ever done. And he's just a fantastic actor, and he's so committed. If you like each other and respect each other, and if you trust each other, you can make each other better. And I think Chris Hemsworth makes me better, and I hope he'd say the same of me.
Chris Evans has risen to the forefront of Steve Rogers. If you look at Chris Evans, you forget any role he's ever played before, and all you can see is Steve Rogers.
With Captain America, it's a whole new ballgame because it's a whole new era, and he really did an amazing job.
Spreading the lives of everyone on this ship isn't funny. No offense, Tom.
It's all right. I would have come on board if I could have point anything.
Working with Evans is very cool. I'm wildly impressed with him.
Hulk. Smash.
The Hulk. Mark Ruffalo was my first choice. I had a list. It was very short. His name was at the top. As Banner, he's very vulnerable, he's very funny, he's very loose, but there's this coiled element. It's a wonderful performance.
With Mark Ruffalo, I have someone who I would be happy to do every scene with for the rest of my life.
Damn straight.
Everything that he does when you see him work is almost like this completely unplanned and perfectly inspired accident. I don't know how to describe it any other way.
Did I look like I knew how to ride a bike?
It's just brilliant to watch him and brilliant to act with him because you never know what's gonna come from him, and watching him transform into Hulk is painful. It's not the way that we are used to seeing it where somebody just kind of grows into this bigger thing. It's like something like a beast has taken over him.
You know, we're building every expression and movement that the Hulk does off of Mark.
It's their mind teeth. They use mind teeth.
Scarlett Johansson is a Black Widow, and her character is a particularly fun one to have because she has a darkness that the others don't really share.
She's one of those rare people who just says whatever's on her mind, and I appreciate that in her.
I'm not impressed.
She embraces the toughness of her character. She makes it seem effortless, and that's very difficult to do. And guys always think, I don't care how strong a girl is, she can't knock me out. But she has this bigness of character that allows her to pull off the things that she does.
Just like Budapest all over again.
You and I remember Budapest very differently.
Jeremy, as an actor, I think, brings a wry, brooding, sarcastic, devil-may-care attitude to the character, and that's just part of his personality coming through. And that's what makes the casting so inspired, is that Jeremy has that kind of rogue quality, and that's what makes him so much fun to watch.
Don't laugh and fight, Renner.
Jeremy is great at being in the middle of tense situations and just bringing that extremely dry. This isn't affecting me. It is, but I either won't show it or don't know it. And that's what's so gripping about him. And he's very precise. He can, work like a stuntman, but at the same time, he moves with this extreme precision, which is so perfect for Hawkeye. Kobe had absolute authority. She had just a physical confidence. You don't look at her and go, oh, they cast a beautiful woman as a soldier. You look at her and go, that person fought her way through the ranks.
Sir, the Hulk is gonna rip this place apart!
We brought in 5 actresses. They all read with Sam. It's a fake scene that I wrote just for the audition. And then she absolutely had a completely different quality than everybody else. And ultimately, I think it came down to there's a moment where Nick Fury makes Maria Hill point a gun at him in the scene. And for me, it all boiled down to the fact that when she pointed that gun at him, I thought she might shoot him. Even though I had written the scene and she doesn't, I really thought she's gonna take him down.
Maria Hill's obviously manifested by the gorgeous Colby Smulders. Very beautiful boss to have. If she's my boss, like Agent Coulson, I had a little trouble wrapping my head around that. So, you know, I view her as someone who thinks that she's above me, but isn't really.
Agent Phil Coulson, played by Clark Gregg, has been the glue of the Marvel Universe. He is the actor and the character that ties every single film together.
He changed everything around here. He has your action figure. Oh, he does? Yes, he does.
Sometimes someone comes in and they were supposed to mean this much, and because of their personality and the possibilities, they wind up encompassing this much, and that's Clark. And he plays it so straight, but he's a bit of a tear-up, you know?
Logistics of the dance.
Clark is so good at playing the funny with the serious, and he's become kind of a fan favorite.
You like this?
The thing about Sam is I always think that there are 2 of him. He's famous for the sort of bravura, Pulp Fiction, speechifying. This is a guy who can, you know, out-moxie anybody in the room.
He's responsible for everything that happens here, all the good. Everything else is my fault.
But of course, I'm also very much in love with the great well of sadness that he brings. He doesn't oversell when he goes to that place. He's still being Nick Fury, but he's opening up in a way that you don't necessarily expect.
Samuel L. Jackson is a cinematic icon. His voice is familiar to pretty much everyone who's ever watched a movie in the world.
Standing there next to him, I just fell apart. And I was really nervous. He's such a ringer, you know, he hits it every time. And he's just a really generous, fun guy.
In a way, it's his movie. I mean, he is the narrator of this film. You have to give him more than just, you know, pomp or bluster. The film won't sustain. Earth's mightiest heroes, and they are all these extraordinary actors playing these extraordinary characters.
Watching all of them work and their different styles and you know, getting everyone together in one big scene has been really exciting.
The cast is just insane. When do you ever get to see this group of actors come together?
They're some of the greatest actors in the whole world. It's been absolutely amazing.